All right, this is how to foam roll the pecs. This is a pretty tough one. And for obvious reasons, I think this works a little bit better with men. Women, I wouldn't encourage you to go aggressive with a foam roller right over your bosom here. But you could probably work a little bit up in this region where your pec attaches the shoulder, but you don't want to harm yourself by putting a ton of pressure through your bosom there. Anyways, so this is how you foam roll the pecs. So I'll do my right side here for the video. I'm going to lie down, and I basically place this foam roller at like this angle here. So as I reach out at about a 135-degree angle, the foam roller is perpendicular to me. So I'll lie down, I'm reaching out at, give or take, about 135 degrees, and which is like up at an angle. Put pressure on the foam roller. I'm going to lift up. I'm using this hand and my feet to really control myself here, being mindful to not harm my lower back. See, I bend my knee here. This makes it a little bit easier. And this can be pretty painful. And I'm just looking for those areas that hurt, trying to free them up. Going back and forth. I can change the alignment of my hand. I'm more or less at about that 135-degree angle, but by switching it up, you might feel a little bit of a different stretch. And that's how you foam roll your pecs. Another great way to address your pec tightness, and it's something that I do to my patients all the time in a clinic, and it's definitely better when someone does this to you, is to use your own hands. And so what I'll do is I'll grab my chest muscle here, and just, you can find it, just dig your hands in here, lift up. There's your pec muscle. And I'll give it a hard squeeze. Not an inappropriate squeeze, but just a good firm squeeze. All right? So I give it a grab, and then what I'll do is I'll take my hand, and I'll go out about at that 135 degrees. Lift up like this, back and forth. So right here, by going at this angle, I really feel an awesome stretch. I actually feel a stretch all the way from here into here. So that's not just hitting muscle, that's hitting fascia. All right? And having loose pecs is real important because what happens when you have tight pectoral muscles, they pull your shoulders forward, which pulls your upper back out of whack, which will then throw your neck out of whack. Furthermore, if you're into exercise, which you better be because you're watching this video, if you want to lift your hands or your arm up overhead, because the pec muscles essentially do this, if they're tight, it's going to limit your mobility. And the problem is with that is if you try and lift your arm up overhead and you only get to here, then often what they'll do is they'll arch their lower back. So that's why often when people lift their arms up overhead, they generate low back pain. And so nice flexible shoulders is not only good for your posture, not only good for your overall level of function, it also keeps your lower back happy. All right, so those are two methods to address tight pecs.